Coronation Street could be welcoming back a soap favorite after 10 years in a shock, Lisa Swain twist. Coronation Street fans have worked out the true identity of Lisa Swain's sister, and is a former Cobbles resident. Lisa, Vicky Myers, made her debut on the soap back in 2021, with troublemaker daughter Betsy, Sidney Bernstein, appearing for the first time earlier in 2024. Not much is known about Lisa's past, apart from that her wife and fellow police officer, Becky, died while on duty in 2021. According to Lisa, Becky was chasing an assailant who jumped into a getaway car. Tragically, they mowed her down, with Becky dying at the scene. However, in recent months, Lisa has been struggling. In May, she was left devastated when fellow copper Craig Tinker, Colson Smith, was brutally murdered. It was clear that his death brought up some difficult emotions from her past, reminding her of Becky. What's more, Lisa also confided in her new girlfriend Carla, Allison King, that Becky was being investigated for corruption before her death, which strained their relationship. After Craig's death, Lisa's boss could see that she was struggling and designated her to desk duty, and also forced her to attend therapy sessions, much to her annoyance. And in Wednesday's episode, July 10, Lisa had her first session, and it was clear she wasn't particularly interested in opening up. Lisa told the therapist how she was expecting to have to lie down on a chaise lounge and yap about how your parents love your sister more than you, before Lisa revealed she was the favorite. And now, with the soap confirming Lisa has a sibling, it hasn't taken fans long to work out her identity. On a Coronation Street Facebook fan page, one curious person wrote, "So Lisa has a sister?" Someone else chimed and suggested former resident and soap legend Becky McDonald, Catherine Kelly. They wrote, "I'm thinking Becky McDonald." A third then said, "Yes." Echoing their thoughts, another wrote, "It would be a great way to get her back." Becky returned looming then. A fifth penned, 100%. Becky made her first appearance on the Cobbles way back in 2006, and she played a part in several big moments, from her marriage to Steve McDonald, Simon Gregson, to 2 heartbreaking miscarriages and her desire to adopt a child. But in 2012, actress Catherine left fans gutted when she quit the soap after 6 years, with Becky starting a new life in Barbados, following a roller coaster romance and marriage to Steve. Coronation Street fans have been buzzing with speculation ever since Wednesday's episode unveiled a tantalizing new detail in Detective Lisa Swain's backstory. She has a sister. The news has sparked fervent online debates, with many convinced that the long-rumored sibling is none other than former Cobbles legend Becky McDonald, whose unforgettable time on the street from 2006 to 2012 still resonates deeply with viewers. Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers, stormed onto the Cobbles in December 2021, immediately establishing herself as a formidable presence, confident, sharp, and unafraid to call out wrongdoing. Her professional achievements were quickly overshadowed, however, when she endured the unimaginable tragedy of losing her wife and fellow officer, Becky Swain, in the line of duty only months after her arrival in Weatherfield. According to Lisa's harrowing account, Becky was pursuing a dangerous suspect when that person fled into a getaway car, mowing down the officer and leaving Lisa to pick up the pieces. Since then, Lisa has navigated her grief largely in solitude, keeping colleagues and neighbors at arm's length and burying painful memories beneath a veneer of professionalism. Yet recent storylines have peeled back her defenses, revealing a woman wrestling with trauma, guilt, and unanswered questions about her past. With the revelation that she has a sister now on the table, a whole new chapter in Lisa's journey, and the broader tapestry of Coronation Street history, appears poised to unfold. Prior to Wednesday's installment, viewers knew little about Lisa's familial roots beyond the fact that her late wife, Becky, was under investigation for alleged corruption at the time of her death. That subplot strained Lisa's trust in the force and forced her to confront the possibility that her beloved spouse might have been anything but innocent. But mention of a sibling brings a new dimension to Lisa's loneliness. She has, until now, journeyed through grief without the direct support of immediate family. In her therapy session, her very first, Lisa quipped that she expected a cliched psychoanalytic routine involving lying on a couch and complaining about parental favoritism. With a wry smile, she confessed that she was always the so-called favorite child in the Swain household. But she stopped short of revealing much more, deftly deflecting the therapist's probing questions. The revelation, though, was enough to ignite a wildfire of speculation. If Lisa is the favorite, who is the other, less remarked-upon sibling? According to fans' theories circulating on the Coronation Street Facebook community and other soap forums, that sibling could be none other than Becky McDonald, Coronation Street royalty, played by the indelible Catherine Kelly. The theory holds widespread appeal. Becky's tenure on the street featured some of the soap's most memorable storylines, and a return would send shockwaves through Weatherfield. Becky McDonald burst onto the cobbles in 2006, introduced as a streetwise barmaid at the Rover's return. Underneath her tough exterior was a vulnerable soul haunted by a troubled past, who blossomed into one of the street's most beloved characters. Her journey intersected with many central figures: her whirlwind romance and marriage to Steve McDonald, Simon Gregson, her heart-wrenching miscarriages, her joyous pursuit of motherhood, and her battles with self-doubt and loyalty. Critically, Becky's final storyline saw her leaving behind the drama of Weatherfield for a fresh start in Barbados, a fitting conclusion that honored her spirit of resilience. It was a departure that felt both narrative closure and an open door, positioning her perfectly for a return should the writers choose to bring her back. Fans point to her enduring chemistry with Steve, who remains on the show, as further reason why a comeback would resonate on multiple levels. From a production standpoint, bringing back Catherine Kelly would represent a coup for Coronation Street. The actress' portrayal earned multiple awards, including the British Soap Award for Best Actress, and introduced a depth of emotion seldom matched in the genre. A rekindling of the McDonald-Swain sister relationship also provides fertile emotional ground. Becky, though bearing the same first name as Lisa's late wife, would be related by blood in this twist, an intriguing narrative choice that promises dramatic tension and poignant exploration of identity. Should Becky McDonald indeed slip back into the Weatherfield folds, several pressing questions must be addressed. Fans have conjectured that an event, perhaps a personal crisis or a desire to reconcile with her past, could draw Becky back. A letter from Lisa, a health scare, or an unraveling of truths surrounding Becky Swain's death might serve as plausible motivations. The therapy teased suggested sibling rivalry and favorites. Drama could ensue as Lisa grapples with envy or guilt, especially given her wife's legacy overshadowing her own achievements. Steve McDonald's shock and unresolved feelings could bring nostalgic emotion. Carla Connor, Allison King, Lisa's current girlfriend, could feel threatened by Becky's arrival, creating a complex love triangle infused with grief and loyalty. If the late Becky Swain's alleged misdeeds are revisited, Becky McDonald might hold crucial information, setting the stage for a gripping corruption inquiry and potentially exonerating or condemning Lisa's first love. Weatherfield is home to many long-standing residents: Eileen Grimshaw, Norris Cole, Ken Barlow, whose interactions with Becky could rekindle fan-favorite pairings and rivalries, amplifying the soap's sense of community. To understand the impact of Becky McDonald's possible resurgence, it's important to revisit her time on Coronation Street. Introduced as an unpredictable yet endearing character, Becky's storylines included her initial clashes with Steve McDonald, their eventual romance, the challenges of miscarriage, and her battle to find stability. Catherine Kelly's portrayal garnered critical acclaim, capturing audiences with her comedic timing and capacity for heartfelt drama. Becky's exit storyline saw her setting sail for Barbados with Steve, closing a chapter but never truly erasing her presence in fans' memories.